Are the markets topping off? You know, on the macro view, it sure seems like it. Let's start off with the broad markets, S&P 500. So this is a clean chart, and if we take a look at the monthly, we can see here that there's a clear topping tail. So this is the clean chart. Let me show you guys my detailed chart. So as you can see over here, for the past several years actually, the S&P 500 has been channeling up in this sort of curved channel. And most recently, we actually had a topping tail on the S&P 500. Not only on the S&P 500, but also in the Dow Jones Transportation. Take a look at that. It was a clear topping tail on a very significant time frame. Now if we take a look at the NASDAQ, there's a topping tail, but it's not as strong. It's a green topping tail as opposed to a red one, but there is a reversal pattern that's starting to form. And yes, there's quite a few days left for the month, so we don't know how it's going to finish, but overall it's looking like there's some kind of top forming. So keeping that in mind, when will we see a confirmation to the downside? Let's go into the lower time frames. Now, circling back to the S&P 500, let's take a look at the weekly chart. What's happening on the weekly chart? So we're sort of in the middle and on our way down. See, if we grab the line chart instead, we'll see more clear behavior. So we hit the top, and then we headed down, and we came back up for a correction, and now we're continuing this down momentum. Now the question is, what's going to happen when we make contact with the lower boundary? In the past, what's been happening is we've been getting significant bounces every time. Will this time be the time that we break that boundary? We don't know. We have to wait and see. But all of the other times we haven't really seen that topping tail with continuation. This time we have a topping tail, and we have yet to see if there's going to be continuation. So let's take a look at the NASDAQ. Similar kind of pattern. We're on our way down to the bottom boundary, and we have to wait and see what's going to happen, how it's going to react to that bottom boundary. And now's the interesting part, crypto. Crypto is where we make those gains, but crypto is also where you could lose a lot of money if the volatility is insane. So let's see what's happening. This is the clear chart without any of my analysis. So as you can see, we sort of hit this top and had a huge correction to the downside, and then we had an attempt to make a new high, and really we ended in a very bearish way. We ended up with a clear topping tail, and because of that we had a massive continuation down. So let's take a look at my detailed chart. As you can see, there's a bunch of lines drawn. So what's happening here? Let's zoom in for some clarity. When we take a look at the weekly chart, we see that for the past few weeks we've been in this range. The bottom range is 30K, the top range is around 65K. So we're going up, we're going down, we're going up. We almost broke that and really didn't. And now we're on our way to the bottom of this range. So at the current moment, we're sort of midway. We're at 45K, pretty smack in the middle of this huge range. So on an even smaller time frame, let's see what's happening. So as you can see, this downward move, it's been stuck in this channel, right? We had this huge overreaction to the downside, and then we got right back into that channel, this downward channel. And now we're on our way to the top of that channel again. But for the past few days, we've been going up and down in this smaller channel within this bigger channel, right? And what's going to decide the next move is how we react to this, to both upper boundaries, in the smaller channel and on the bigger channel. One of these have to go. Either the top of the channel will break or the bottom of the channel will break. The bottom of this smaller channel or the top of this smaller channel will likely first break, and then the boundary of the larger channel that it's in. So at the moment, it's near the top of the smaller channel. Let's go even smaller to the 4-hour time frame. Now we can see a lot of detail. So as you can see, just channeling up and down. And today we had an attempt to break at the top of the channel, but there was a huge rejection, and now there's currently momentum to the downside. So we're about midway, and we're about to be in contact with the bottom of the channel again. Now, this channel may break, it may not break. If it does break, then we have about a few $1,000s. Let's see, roughly at, when's the next point of contact in the overall larger channel? The next point of contact is about 40K. And at 40K, there's also huge support. So personally, that's where I'm looking to get in. I'm looking for this channel to break because the overall macro conditions are looking bearish. So I'm looking for this channel to break, this micro channel, and then continuation of this larger channel, and for price to hit the lower boundary and hit this huge support, and for a quick bounce to the upside. So how far can this bounce go? Let's see. Last time we came into this bounce, there was a massive continuation. We even made new highs. But this time, it's looking like a head and shoulders pattern that's coming in. So if we go to a line chart, we can see that more clearly. Yeah. So as you can see, shoulder, head, and we're finishing off the head. It seems we're heading down to the base, to this neckline, and we're gonna finish off this head. Now it's possible for this right shoulder to develop and we go back all the way to 51K. That's really possible. And this can take, several weeks. This can take 2-3 weeks, maybe even a month. But we'll get some kind of reaction down here if we end up here. So that's my prediction. That's my prediction, actually. My prediction is we're going to get to this 40K range sometime soon. We've been traveling in this channel, and if we continue that channel, let's see where we end up. This can end up all the way at the end of the month. At the end of the month, we can end up towards 40K basically. And so my prediction is we get to 40K. Now, another interesting thing that's happening is the Ethereum Bitcoin pair. So as you can see, we've been channeling up and down in this Ethereum Bitcoin pair as well. And Bitcoin's been underperforming Ethereum for the past several weeks, maybe 2.5 months. But if Bitcoin continues to go down, it will drag Ethereum down with it, and it's likely that it will break this. This is sort of a microphone pattern here. Let me draw this out for you. It's not quite a channel. It's more of a megaphone kind of thing. So you see that this range is increasingly going up, getting wider and wider. So it might break that megaphone pattern. And if it does, we can easily end up testing the bottom of this channel again. So when this happens, this will likely be around the bottom of Bitcoin as well. So if Bitcoin starts going up, then Ethereum will also go up with it. So if Bitcoin, let's go back to the Bitcoin chart. If Bitcoin does end up at 40K or even 30K around the same time that the Ethereum Bitcoin pair tests the bottom of its channel, then I'll be playing Ethereum. So where will I play Ethereum? Let's pull up Ethereum. I'm going to be playing it at this trend line. So the next point of contact for this trend line is my target. If Ethereum breaks this channel, it can easily end up at this next level of support and at this next level of support. So I'm going to start dollar cost averaging at this green line. That's my next play. At the moment, I have my moon bag, which is just 30% of my overall portfolio, and I'm not touching that. If price goes up, price goes down, doesn't matter. I'm not touching that. But my majority position is cash right now. And I'm looking for essentially a retest of this support and this support, which is around 2,500 all the way to 28 to 3,000. So that's basically where I'm looking to get in. And what I'm hoping for is this bottom matches the Ethereum BTC bottom as well, which is down here, essentially. So when that happens, I'll be looking to get in. So that's it for this week, guys. Enjoy the rest of your week and trade safe.